when you're asleep. They're just getting started. John Romano, Dave Palumbo, After Hours.
Welcome to another episode of After Hours, and I am here with my great friends John Romano and Gregg Valentino, just chilling and hanging out. And Gregg, I want everyone to know that, well, you could tell them yourself, everything went well with the throat surgery?
Right, everything went well. They removed it. It was big. It grew. In 1 week's time, it grew incredibly.
He had a penis growing in his throat, essentially. Not PJ Braun's, but his own.
Oh, we'll get to him in a minute. You didn't bring it up. You didn't put it in a jar like I told you and bring it in.
No, you know what they did? They have to send it out, actually, to get biopsies so to make sure it's not like cancer.
Not send the whole thing out. They just send a little piece.
Here's the truth of the matter, John. You know how they can grow like eyeballs now on the back of like toads by using stem cells?
Oh shit!
Gregg is growing penises in his throat, so every 6 months they have to harvest it, and then they sell it to one of these transgender like women that want to turn into a man.
It must be interesting how they implant that thing in the first place.
How much do they pay you per penis that you grow, Gregg?
Wait, you know what's funny? You guys should call me Linda Lovelace, because didn't she have like a clitoris in her throat? Remember that? That was the whole idea. Remember, she was the first one to do, like, I think, blowjobs on porn.
No, she was the first one to do deep throat.
Right, because they said that she had a clitoris in her throat. Maybe I'm like Linda Lovelace.
Well, what would you charge if you can grow penises in your throat, Gregg?
Dude, if that was really I would charge. I would do it. I would have fucking.
You would harvest them, yeah. How much could you charge per penis? You think $100,000?
I would do it for less. I need the money.
I wouldn't mind growing it. It's just getting it installed in the first place.
That's not his problem. He has to just grow them and then trade them off give them off to the doctors.
That would almost be as degrading as getting caught jerking off on the couch on Reddit.
Oh, low blow.
Oh boy.
Low blow.
What is that all about?
What the hell? What is it? What? How do you get yourself in that fucking situation?
I don't know. I love PJ Braun. He's I consider him a friend. I've known him since he's a kid. I don't know. He did a video of him self-masturbating, and it wound up in some girl's cell phone, and she posted it on Reddit.
But it was a girl that worked for him, right?
That's what it appears to be, yeah.
Let me tell you something. I mean, you shouldn't put your face on there or just
I know.
Claim it's. I mean, I like PJ too, but that was a bad. I mean, you're a businessman. That's a bad move.
You shouldn't put your face on there. You shouldn't put your dick on there.
Well, you know what I'm saying. No, but you know what I'm saying. At least, but if you're gonna do that kind of shit, you gotta be able to lie. At least that's not me. You know what I mean? I don't know who the fuck that is. I mean, at least you could fucking lie. I don't do. Dude, I got a flip phone. I couldn't even do that shit if I wanted. You know what I mean? I was gonna send you a dick pic, John. But no, I'll take a picture. I'll open my throat.
Jeff Bezos did dick pics, right?
Oh, from the guy from Amazon?
Yeah, remember that's the whole thing with David Pecker at AMI had dick pics of him.
That's how he got divorced, right? It was sexting his mistress or some shit.
Yeah.
So this video of PJ is now everywhere.
Yeah, it's on Reddit. So I mean, and this girl must have posted it to I don't know, get back at him. I don't know what the impetus for her putting that up there is. She obviously is not, happy with him,
But can't that be sexual harassment? Can he go to jail for that?
I don't know. It sounds like
yes, he can. He certainly can.
It's not good to send your employees nude pictures of yourself, or videos.
It's a form of sexual harassment. If that's his employee and he's sending her pics like videos of him jerking off, that's bad. I mean,
Dad, what are you thinking of?
That's fucking.
I tell people don't even send that to your wife or your girlfriend because God knows you break up with them and then that stuff winds up public record
Or she loses her phone.
Yeah. Look
at
these.
Never email, text, nothing like that. Once it goes out there, you don't know where the fuck that is.
How many celebrities
retrieve it? Never do that shit.
How many celebrities have had their cell phones hacked and all the nude pictures they have of themselves on there released?
On the cloud. You can get your account on the cloud.
Judge Judy always says, don't take pictures you don't want other people to see. And it's right. I mean, she's right. That was a bad move. I love PJ. If you're watching this, I love you, bro. But, man, that's a bad move. That was not smart.
Yeah.
What's worse, though?
What the hell were you thinking?
What's worse, that? What would you? Which position would you rather be in? His position, where did your dick pictures everywhere, or what's his name? The big guy that was with the tranny. What the hell's his?
Oh, Big Lenny.
Yeah, Big Lenny.
The difference is Big Lenny is like proud of that video. he thinks it's gonna get him more work.
I love Big Lenny. I think he's a great guy, but. I don't know. These guys, when you film that shit and you put that shit on the internet, you know what I mean? And we send it to somebody. I don't know, man. Not smart. Especially you're a businessman. That girl could take that video and say, "Okay, how much is that business worth to you?"
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, she's gonna. An attorney will take that on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. They said he's got deep pockets, and she worked for him. That's a case open and shut right there. It's the question is going to be how much is he going to write the check for?
Yeah,
it's done.
Not good.
That's a bad. Have you talked to him? Do you know if he's in trouble or anything?
I haven't talked to him yet. I think it's more embarrassing right now. But you know what? Like John, you said. I mean, who cares? I don't think PJ cares about the embarrassment aspect of it because I don't think it bothers him. But I think, yeah. I mean, if someone tried to financially shake him down because of that, that could be certainly that could be an uncomfortable situation to be in, for sure.
The bad part is that she worked for him.
Yeah.
That's what makes this bad, because that's the case. The sexual harassment right there in the workplace. That's it right there.
Oh yeah.
So, she'll say, I never, he can say she wanted the picture. She'll say, I never wanted it. I don't want, what girl wants that?
Right. Right.
Don't believe her. He's fucked. He's fucked. Completely fucked.
Yeah. It depends if the girl is looking for, a payday. Yeah, he's definitely not in good, he's not in a good position.
I mean, he could try to say she's extorting him because she put it on Reddit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would try to say, listen, it's a mutual thing. Does he have a picture of her rubbing her box or any of that shit?
I don't, we don't have him on yet, Greg. We don't know.
I mean, not for nothing, but
she was probably smart enough not to send it to him.
Yeah, exactly.
If he's got pictures of that, her poking the fucking thing there, and you know what I mean?
Right. If they can show it was a mutual consensual thing,
you know what I mean?
Greg, you're too funny. Greg, someone sent me a picture of you, an old picture. I forgot how freaky, crazy your arms were, and Tyler, put it up on the screen. And they sent me a picture of like you hitting like an arm shot, and your arm was like so crazy, nutty, distorted, ridiculous,
retarded,
like 28, 30 inches big, and I'm like, holy shit. And then I realized, that, just this past week, John and I did a whole show on Heavy Muscle. Jake Wood bought the Olympia. I hear that they're going to replace the Sandown now with that picture. They're going to make a statue of you with that arm shot. That's going to be the new Olympia.
I wish I could see it.
Instead of winning a Sandown, you're going to win a Valentino from now on.
It might be the fucking hematoma arm. Was it
the one that I had, the picture was the hematoma one. I took a different picture and gave it to Tyler to put up because I thought it was a better one. But your face was so red, I thought it was going to explode.
Oh shit! You mean where I had that big head and shit?
Yeah, you were like red. It was like like bright red, like a lobster almost.
Dave, I was doing 6,000 milligrams, a bottle every other day of 10 cc, 200 milligrams. That's just of either propionate, cypionate, or entonate. Then on top of that, I don't even count the Sustanon, the jug of EQ Ganabol. I used to get them Dominican, I'd take the whole jug, which is 50 cc's.
How did you not have like the steroid flu thing going on?
Oh, dude, my body was so. You know what's funny? I swear to God, people don't believe me, but it actually made me more like immune to shit because my body had to fight all that shit for so long that I never got sick. You know what I mean? And I had time release juice because that shit sat in me for fucking a couple of years.
You know what the truth is? I know people that take 800 milligrams and they got that's it. And they got so sick they feel like they have the flu 24/7. They can't function. You were like banging propionate like it was like you would swear the stuff you took was fake, but it wasn't. We knew that's the funny thing.
No, Dave, I'm fucking 5'6". I weighed almost 280. I was 278, I think was the most I ever hit. But I was taking so much. I was running out of spots to shoot it. That's why I kept shooting it there. And, it was a jug of EQ, too. So, those 50 cc Ganabols, the green ones with the, I used to sell them, so what the fuck? I might as well take them. So
what do you think's crazier, John? Greg injecting 20 cc's of gear a day, or the PJ Brown jerk off video?
Well, I would switch to Greg's video of him sucking the pus out of his arm.
It was blood. It was a hematoma. It was actually blood.
Blood, pus, whatever.
Yeah, there was no.
That video's classic. Now between that and PJ jerking off, I don't know.
Shit.
Man.
Maybe PJ was jerking off to that video.
Maybe. Tyler said that. Do you know that T Nation has declared you at one point the most hated guy in bodybuilding?
Oh yeah, that was all back then. Yep.
Why were you hated? I don't understand.
Because you know why? I don't blame people when they see that fucking shit. And the hematoma, when I had that big, it was only one arm that was like a balloon.
Yeah.
And then it shows I go like this and a little blood's dripping down, And by the way, look, I'm not that big
Your
anymore.
arms look actually nice now, actually.
Thank you. They're not bad. I mean, well, considering, what's his name? What's the guru? Chad Nichols said I have implants. So there's your implants right there, right? Shrinking implants.
How do your arms look now? I mean, are they deformed or they look pretty normal?
No, they look good. I mean, like they're muscular, veiny, everything. But the problem is they got loose skin. I mean, they were once like fucking 10 inches bigger.
Right. But it's amazing that all that stuff got absorbed, Greg. Isn't it crazy?
Oh, yeah, but it took 10 years for it to get
10 years it took, John. 10 years.
Are they lumpy from the scars, like where the one exploded and all of that?
It's a little where the scar is. It's like just there's a hole there, okay? But that's not from where it exploded. That was the other arm. Oh. That's from me taking shit and getting an infection. And then I went to an emergency room doctor and he lanced like my muscle instead of fucking just, you know what I mean?
Oof.
So I had like a hole from being lanced.
Can you imagine being the emergency room doctor and then he comes in?
I don't even know if I would want to treat him. Would you?
What? On a stretcher. Doc, you got to drain my arms.
No, he's like, Doc, I already drained my arm. Can you pack this thing?
I need a bigger bucket.
I went in there and I filled up a giant like mayonnaise jar, like a big one like this. It had to be a half gallon of blood, like of dead purple blood like that I pulled out of there. And I actually put it in a jar when I went to the doctor and I brought it to him. He's like, what the fuck you want me to do with this? You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know. I thought maybe you want to see it. You know what I mean?
You know what, Greg, John, we want to get Greg and go down to South America. You can get all your Mexican contacts and get the 4 craziest synthol, motor oil freaks down there that have those insane looking fucking arms. And get Greg in a room like with a chalkboard and like we could film him like lecturing those guys, It would be the funniest video of all time.
I'm probably their idol. They would see me walking and they'd be like, like
They'd probably have your picture up in their fucking bedroom on the wall.
He's very well known in Mexico.
He was the first guy to do that, though.
No, they all know who you are.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was testosterone.
But you had muscle too, Greg. You trained. These guys don't even have any muscle. These guys.
No, I had muscle. I mean.
That's the biggest sin to this whole thing. Yeah. It's unlike these fucking jamooks in South America that had no physique to begin with. Greg actually had a really nice physique.
I know.
By the way,
and then he goes, "What's the mindset of that, Greg? I'm looking in the mirror. I fucking look great. What the fuck? Let me just regulate myself."
No, you know what it is? I just was taking I'm like, why leave any shit in the bottle, right? So I'm like, what's 10 cc's? I might as well do the whole bottle. And then the mindset is, it's not like I wanted big arms. It's just that where am I going to put it? I didn't want to put it in the ass because the ass gets, you ever see guys that shoot their ass? Yeah. They get these shelves on the back of their ass. They get lumps. And I tried one time, I shot my thigh once. And I could not fucking walk.
I'll never do that.
I'll never forget. I went to Bob Bonham's gym, strong in shape. I'm training. I'm like, he's like, have you seen Greg lately? I said, no. He's like, oh, he's working. He's doing his traps now. I said, what? He's doing his traps. He's like, yeah, no, his arms are too big. They can't hold any more oil. He's working. He wants to get his traps to balance his arms off. I'm like, traps? I said, I've never heard anyone take a shot in their traps. He's like, oh.
No, I never took a shot ever in my traps, ever. I only did my delts and my arms. No way, I never shot.
You didn't do traps?
I don't know, maybe he's making. Bob has that strange sense of humor, so maybe he was making a joke. But I never shot my traps.
Maybe he's making a joke.
I'd be afraid. You got all nerves and shit up there. With my look,
I know. I never heard it. You know who used to shoot their traps? Derek Anthony used to shoot his traps.
Really?
I don't know why, but he did.
No, I never shot my traps. Never, ever, ever. I would tell you if I did, but I did not. Never shot my
So
trap.
you just
Only
did
the,
delts, arms?
Yeah. I did a sustanon in my fucking thigh once.
Oh,
One
it's too
cc, and
painful.
I'm telling you, I could. I said, I beg God, please, never, ever again.
Oh man, I did that too.
Oh,
I was
my-
at a chiropractor's office and I grabbed the fucking ultrasound wand and I was like rubbing my leg, with the ultrasound to try to. That was the most painful thing I think.
Unbelievable.
I did a rant on never shooting your quads, and you know what? People still do it, and they've watched the rant.
What was wrong with them?
And then they're
Never.
like, I don't know why. You're right. I got an infection. I'm like, don't shoot your quads. I said, you're gonna get. You might
but
do
you
it
know
100 times and not have a problem. The 101st time you do it, you're gonna wish you never did it.
Unbelievable.
Pain. But you know what? Those girls in South America are shooting stuff in their quads.
Yeah.
The ones that shoot it in their ass, they got some of these girls. You ever see it? I mean, that wellness division is full of these girls that's got that. They shoot their quads, their hamstrings, their glutes. They're retarded. I mean, they're just absolutely.
Right. Hold on. Wait a second, John. I just figured out. Greg needs to make money. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna move down to Central America there, or South America, Greg. You're gonna open up a synthol clinic. You're gonna inject the women, just the women. Forget the guys. The women will come to you. You'll do their glutes and their hamstrings and their quads. You'll make a fortune because you're like the king of the site injections.
You use that shot of you getting arrested.
Yeah.
and the freaking arm just sticking out like spinach cans.
Dude, I'm telling you, that shit stayed in me for
Greg,
so
you
fucking
can make
long.
a fortune doing this. You're missing out with the new division.
They all know him down there.
I
They all
know.
who he is down there.
Dr.
Maybe they-
Valentino. We've said
Wait, maybe they should.
put a little
Greg
shingle out.
Valentino's Site Enhancement Clinic.
Wait a minute. Maybe we should have that. Maybe that should be a new division in the IFBB, the Site Enhancement Division, where you got
It's
nothing but
called
those
wellness. It's called wellness, Greg.
Well, wellness.
Yeah, wellness.
And the
But
great thing is, the only problem with this, John, is that Greg likes small little butts. He doesn't like big asses on girls.
little like this.
I like them tight, compact myself.
Wait, you remember, guys? Do you remember when we worked for Blackman? What's her name? That Jamie Eastman. Remember her?
Eason, yeah.
Jamie Eason. Yeah.
She did something with the women's magazine over there. And
Bodybuilding.com. Yeah.
Dude, her ass was the most amazing. I would eat that ass, bro. Let me tell you, you have no idea.
You got an ass like a 10-year-old boy.
That's what I like, bro.
I heard Greg shot a jerk-off video and sent it to her. And Blackman got sued.
Wait, listen.
Blackman got it instead.
Blackman got deposed. Because Greg worked for him.
Dude, let me tell you something. This is a true story. So I would talk about her ass even on the forums, and she got so fucking. Meanwhile, there's pictures of her ass. That's all she does is pose that ass, right? Yep. So she got so upset she called Steve, Blackman, and he actually talked to me. Had a long talk with me. Listen, you can't do that no more. You got to stop. Don't talk about her.
Only talk about men's glutes, no women's glutes.
Oh, dude, it was unbelievable. She got so. Dude, meanwhile, she's known for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
How many of us have gotten the call about Greg? I got Ferrigno calls me up. What's with Valentino?
He hates my guts.
How come he says those things? What's in his arms? And I gotta fucking tell Louis what the shit you're writing in the column. He's like complaining about it. He goes, because you were like ragging on him, charging him for $20 for the picture.
And he actually reads Greg's column. That's the funny thing.
Well, because it's easy to read. It's in all caps.
Oh shit.
So Louis, he's got it, to ask me, and I got Carla on the other line too. I'm on a three-way with. And I ended up throwing Blackman under the bus. I said it was his idea.
You know what he said to Blackman? He told Steve Blackman when I first started working there, he goes, that Valentino, he cheapens the magazine, all that shit. What is he talking about now? Meanwhile, his brother, Andy, who I'm friends with, and his father, Matt, who I was friends with, I've known Matt since the 70s. Okay, his father, I used to buy equipment off him over there on Avenue U in Brooklyn. His father, he sued his family's estate, you understand, for capitalizing on a Ferrigno name. I got his deathbed letter. I got to dig it out somewhere. I gave it to Blackman. He gave it back to me. He goes, I'm not printing this. It's all Matt's. Holy shit. It's
Really?
unbelievable the shit he said. Yeah, I'm like, whoo. I don't
Well,
even
obviously
say it.
he
Gonna
didn't
sued.
get along with his dad. Is this true? I heard a story that the Barbarian brothers, when they were living in Rhode Island, they had a gym there, and they drove a Volkswagen down, the two of them, down to Ferrigno's place where he was selling equipment. They loaded the whole, I don't know if you told the story, or I think they told me the story. They loaded the whole Volkswagen up to the point where it almost was on the ground. It almost didn't move. And they drove all the equipment back in a Volkswagen. Is that true?
It might have been because you know why they were staying. But wait a minute though, they were staying in Connecticut because what's his name? David went to the University UConn. He went to Connecticut, which is up there, you know, in central Connecticut.
New Haven, yeah.
Yeah, he might have went. It might be true. I mean, I used
Can
to
you
go down
imagine
there,
the two of those fucking guys in a Volkswagen with thousands of pounds of weight equipment?
They did the craziest shit, those two. Absolutely the nuttiest shit.
I've been there. I used to drive them home and shit
I'll
sometimes.
never forget the two of them checking into the Luxor or wherever the hell we were in Vegas, and they got the cart, you know, the bellhop cart, and you know it's got all hooks under there.
Tell the story, with the plastic bags.
They got plastic grocery bags from you know wherever, and you know hanging on the. So it's like the whole cart has got these bags hanging, you know, and they're wheeling it through. You know how crowded those freaking lobbies are. They're wheeling it through there.
No, but
their whole luggage set was those beige.
John, you missed the best part of it. It wasn't the plastic bags that was so funny. They weren't wearing any shoes.
Well, yeah. Well,
that's what the funny thing was.
Wait, I had to drive them home, and I think it was Peter who farted, and it smelled like bacon. And I was out there, I had no money, I was broke, and I was almost like, that's the greatest fart I ever smelled in my life, because I was hungry, and I was like, wow. I was almost going like this, because I was like, holy shit, he threw a bacon fart. They
probably loved you, Greg. They probably loved you.
I thought my mother was cooking bacon. I was like, Ma, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't eating right out there and shit. You know, I mean, I didn't have a lot of money. You know, you're doing the whole Gold's Gym thing, you know.
Right.
They were crazy, though. They were fucking nuts.
But that Volkswagen story is true. I've heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have loved. How funny imagine if they had videos like you know social media back then. Those guys, if someone would have followed them around with a cell phone, forget about it. They would have had a gazillion followers. Plus, they were in the movies too. I mean, they were making legitimate movies too in Hollywood.
Dude, they would barf. I seen him barf I was with this Mexican chick and he barfed and it hit her fucking sneakers and she ran. Dude, they would just throw up like this. I saw one. I was going to the gym and he was on it. It was right down the street from Gold's Gym, and he puked off a balcony. I wasn't sure whether it was Peter or David. And the birds were down there eating that shit. You know what I mean?
One day, Joe Weider was coming into Gold's Gym, and one of them barfed. You know, like all over the floor. They were training, whatever they were training, and then like almost immediately, Joe Weider is in the doorway. You know, so one of them grabs one of those big rubber mats and just throws it over the puddle.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh, they do that all. Dude, they used to barf all. You know why? Because they would drink carob milk, which is like chocolate milk. They would drink that in a fucking big thing like this. They would drink
a gallon at a time.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Why would they drink that? Because there was no protein in that milk, was there?
I thought there was.
Back in the, I don't know. I never even heard of carob till back that. You know what I mean? That shit.
Fake chocolate.
Oh, they would put the carob flavor in the milk instead of regular sugar.
No, it was actually California's way ahead of the time. I mean, they sold shit back then. I mean, you know, they had actual carob flavored milk.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like kefir. They would drink kefir too. And I never heard. I was like, what the fuck is kefir?
Yeah, that was before
now,
anyone even heard of kefir. Right.
Right. You took in 1981.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Who the fuck knew kefir back in Dude, California had, you know, the Rose Cafe had all kind. Everything was ahead of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
they always were into health and stuff like that. Those guys, you know.
Absolutely. So they, you know, back then carob milk. I guess they felt like, well, instead of drinking chocolate milk, I'm drinking. But they would barf that shit up.
Yeah, because you can't absorb all that milk. You know that lactose will kill you. You know.
Oh yeah. There's two guys. Dave, what about you and John? Like, I'm the kind of guy that I have to have something in my stomach when I train. I cannot train fast.
I used to have McDonald's.
If I train fast, I get nauseous.
I would eat McDonald's before I go to the gym.
Oh, so you're like that?
I eat a meal like half an hour.
I loved it. I loved having a full stomach. Yeah.
Me too. But there's some people Like even Arnold. Arnold had to train with no food in his stomach, or he'd get There's some people get nauseous with food in their stomach. Other people, if I had an empty stomach, I'd be nauseous working
I
out.
trained very slow though, Greg. I took a lot of rest between sets. I wasn't one of these guys that ran around the gym a lot. If I did that, I probably wouldn't have been able to eat either, because when I was a runner, a long distance runner, I couldn't eat for 4 hours before I would go for a run, because it was such a high intensity activity that it would come up, food would come up on me, and I felt terrible. So I think, back in Arnold's day, they would do 100 sets. So I think you'd get nauseous if you had food in you, right?
I do that now. You know what I mean? I do fast pace like this.
Really?
I can't train with a partner. It takes too long. I don't like a guy getting up, and I like to go.
So you're still training. Like, how long will you train? How long does it last you, the workout?
I could still do like 60 sets for biceps and shit. I could still do insane, like John Defendis, intensity or insanity. I like all that shit.
You still work out like that?
Absolutely.
Wow. You still eat 6 meals a day?
Oh, I eat a lot, yeah. I do, but I don't eat bad. I eat good,
Would you ever compete, Greg?
Would I what?
Would you ever compete in bodybuilding again?
I thought about it.
Did you? Like over 60? I mean, think about it. Come back.
If I took a picture of me with stark naked with my clothes off and I was doing double biceps, you'd be like, "Holy fuck!" Because I still have the small waist. What's that?
Can you send us a video? Just don't jerk off in it while you send it.
Well, you got to promise not to jerk off to it. I'm just kidding.
We already got enough jerk off.
I'm going to sue you for sexual harassment if you send me a jerk off video.
You know what? Bleckman's listening to this now, and he's got. I got to get that video.
Oh, he's going to definitely go search for that video.
Wait a minute. Can I sue you guys for sexual harassment by talking about me having a penis in my throat?
He's gonna go at what's that Reddit?
Yeah.
I gotta go to read on it. Where is that? I gotta go.
Reddit, I've been there.
I guarantee you, I will bet you money now. If he knows that there's a jerk off video of PJ Braun floating around out there, he is going to have somebody find it for him.
He'll put PJ on the cover of MD probably after that.
Yeah, like from here up, with the look on his face.
No, it'll be like hardcore PJ or something like that.
Hardcore PJ. Buy the magazine, you'll see the rest.
Not BJ, but PJ. I feel bad for that guy.
I love PJ like a son. It was a stupid decision on his part. I know he knows that by now probably, and it is what it is. Hopefully he doesn't get sued.
If you were him, what do you think would be worse to be looming over you? You know him better than I do.
Yeah.
The fact that he's got a video of him jerking off out there on the couch.
Yeah.
Or how much money he's going to have to pay this girl when she wins the harassment case.
That's he doesn't care about the jerk off video. You and I would care about it. He absolutely, I can promise you, does not care about that video. But if he gets sued, he'll care about that, obviously.
Well, wait a minute now. Doesn't his parents have something to do with the business too? Like
his
doesn't his dad work with him? Can you imagine you looking at your father and your father's going, dude, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
He can't control himself. That's
the fucking part that when you gotta face your family. He's lucky he doesn't have kids. Can you imagine his kid going to school? Yeah. I saw your dad jerking off on Reddit. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, that's the kind of shit you got to worry about, really. Your parents, your parents.
Right. Don't send anyone naked pictures or videos. That's the. If you guys learn anything from this show, that's what you're gonna learn.
Don't take pictures you don't want somebody to see.
Now, getting back to what you competing, Greg, I think that you could. I haven't seen your physique yet, but do you think you could win the over 60 Masters at the Masters Nationals?
I think I could win it fucking easily.
Wow. I want to see you do it.
I'm not trying to be cocky, bro. My legs, my structure.
I guess what? I'll sponsor you for Species Nutrition. I'll give you all free products and everything like that. I want to see you do the show.
I'll show you my fucking lines. I think you'd be pretty fucking shocked.
I think you should do it. What a story that would be, Greg.
I know, because people think I'm this fucking Momo. Well, I'm a Momo, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
People think like I'm. I don't know.
Momo, but who cares? You're good. You're a loving Momo.
I still have that. The only thing is the fucking loose skin on the on the arms and shit. That I got to do something about.
Blau would take care of that.
I went to Blau. You know what he told me? I can't do that.
Yeah, he's scared. Probably saw you. I'm sure.
He said to me, "That's not my specialty."
I bet any doctor's afraid to function skin in any way.
I have to get
going to come out of there.
John, there's a very easy solution.
What's that?
What do you think my solution is, John?
Go to
Pump more shit in there to get him big.
Start
right?
injecting him again, right? Just put like 20 cc's in there. You'll be fine, Greg. Right before you go on stage.
Put 60 cc's in there every week.
Yeah, just don't go crazy. Don't put the whole bottle in there. A couple cc's, a week. That's enough.
I'm afraid of the heart. That's why I need that shit that Piana took. What's that?
The PME.
Fucking.
Well,
what's
you
that shit?
use Synthol. There's no drugs in Synthol,
Yeah, but I don't want to use Synthol.
Then you can really live up to your billing,
Yeah, but then it'd fucking shrink it. You know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying is I think you should do the show. All the 60-year-old guys have something wrong with them anyway. So what's the big deal? You have a little
My
loose
structure.
skin.
I'm not trying to be cocky, but I think naturally I could kick somebody. I don't know if I could achieve that shredded condition naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my structure, I would slay those fucking. I'm not trying to be cocky. You saw my structure.
I want to see you compete. Let's talk. I'm going to sponsor you.
My structure's there. I'm
gonna sponsor you.
Still.
I'm putting it out there. I will sponsor you if you decide to compete.
We'll talk.
I'll even help you. I'll even help you with the diet.
Shit, this fucking old lady shit cut off my fucking
20 cc's, Greg. Two 10cc bottles of propionate. You'll be fine, man. Come on.
Yeah, you're missing the boat. I wouldn't fucking waste my time competing. I'd go blow those fuckers back up with a couple 100 gallons of stuff, and then go down to Mexico or South America, and then we'll open a clinic. Dr. Valentino, because you can say you're a doctor down there, it don't matter.
Like Tony Hughes.
Dr. Valentino Site Enhancement Clinic, and it should just be giving lectures to the momos on how to get your arms like that, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is when you see the wellness girls and fucking pump them full of shit. Dude,
if I see that little ass, oh my God, what's his name there? The kid that what's his I can't believe I forgot his name. I'm friends with Johnny Styles, your ex-buddy.
Yeah.
He posted a picture of these 3 chicks, and the one in the middle, she had an ass like this,
Like
from
a
South
heart.
America. Dude, I'm telling you, I'd give her Spam. You know what Spam is? Ham in the can. I would give her ham in the can, bro. I would. Oh my God, just seeing that
I
shit.
haven't heard you say that in like 20 years.
Listen, whoever wants to see Greg back on stage in that over 60 Masters Nationals, I want to hear about it in the comments below. And enough of you guys say they want to see Greg. I bet you we can get Greg to do it. I told you, I'm throwing my coaching skills into the ring for free. I'm going to sponsor this guy, whatever it takes to get him on stage again. I think it would be a great story, and I want to chronicle it on RxMuscle.com.
Especially if you get somebody put up some Scott to cut this fucking turkey skin, and I'll fucking do it.
Two bottles of propionate, it'll be gone. Come on.
I need more than that, I think.
We should send him down to my gym in Mexico and
Let
put
him
up.
train down there, yeah. For you.
I'll sponsor all his juice.
All
when
his juice, yeah. 2 months, like a training camp, John. You send him down there.
I was telling John before, I go to a doctor and I get 200 milligrams of
Forget that.
Pacific.
John is going to load you up with everything down there, man.
And I got an apartment in
There you
above-
go. You train. You live in the gym.
You can literally live in the gym. I got a big pool. You can use that for a bathtub.
What a comeback story that would be, Greg. If you came back and got your IFBB Pro card after all this, come on.
I don't know if I want an IFBB Pro card, but sometimes I think about it just to romance the idea, because I look at some of these guys and I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to be
How
cocky.
great would that be? You could compete against Vince Taylor on the fucking, on the pro level there.
Well,
The
Vince
Masters.
Taylor's-
Now
He
they'll
compete-
bring back the Masters Olympia. You could do the
He
Masters Olympia over
competed-
60. Who knows? Before you're buried and dead, you might even win an Olympia title.
Dave, you're not going to believe this, but I have a striated ass. I'm not
I
even ripped
believe
right
it.
now, but
You have
I'm gonna
great
send
genetics.
I'll send you a video. I'll have my girlfriend send you a video of my ass.
John,
right
can
now,
you
and
imagine
you'll
if
be
you
like,
won the Masters Olympia over 60?
I think Vince Goodrum would want to see that compete against you for that.
No,
Dude, for the-
no,
Now
there's
you
good,
just
John.
fucked
There's
up.
good guys
Just
over
fucked
60
up.
now, man.
Wait, Greg, you fucked up. You said your glutes are striated.
yes.
Yeah, you know whose alarm just went?
Blackman is going to call him for an exclusive contract now.
I'm hired back.
Greg, I hear your glutes are striated. Yeah. Now let's go to Peter Luger's. I'll rub your neck and we'll talk about. I'll give you a good steak and we'll talk about your glutes.
I like Steve. I still get along with Steve. I like him. But
If you want to see Gregg on stage, put it in the comments below.
Right.
what's that? What's that, Jay?
I said, if you want to see Gregg back on stage, put it in the comments below.
Oh boy.
That's it for today. We're out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo for John Romano and Gregg Valentino. Let's see let's do a GoFundMe for Gregg. How about that? There you go.
Oh boy.
That'll inspire him to do it.
Dude, the right amount of money, I'd do anything.
The Gregg Valentino comeback tour.
I like it. I'll, like I said, in Mexico, I'll give you all your juice for free.
There you go. Enough said, guys. We are out of time. I'm sorry. I got to end the show right now. Gregg, I love you. I'm glad your throat's feeling better.
Too. Thank you,
John,
guys.
thank you for doing Heavy. If you guys haven't seen Heavy Muscle Radio, John and I did the 11th anniversary special of RxMuscle.com. It was very well received. We talk about the Olympia and then Jake Wood's purchase of it. Check that out. That's on RxMuscle.com right now. And remember, we got the Arnold Classic coming up in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks now. If you guys have any good suggestions for topics for us to discuss over the next 2 weeks, put them in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that goddamn subscribe button. I want to see another 10,000 subscribers by the Arnold. And Gregg Valentino, I want to see you on that stage.
I do too.
I'm absolutely serious. I'm serious as a heart attack.
If somebody would help me, Scott, Wyatt, get this shit cut.
You don't have time to cut it off. I want to see you on
my
Masters National stage this year.
Turkey skin.
You can't wait.
That?
Now's the time. Seize the moment. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.